Standing here with MBK from G2, who just took the Inferno against Envious. How does it feel to begin with?
It was a bit frightening the way we played on the city side, and yeah, the way we got out-rotated, and it's something we cannot keep up with. As in, it's not the first time it happens, and so we have to be very mindful. But overall, yeah, I mean, after the scare, it feels good to come back and to show some strength, and both in game and out of the game to come back and win, and actually in the end a pretty dominant fashion on our T side.
In the veto process, you left Mirage as one of the last maps,
Yeah,
and
that's correct.
you're not known to be playing Mirage a lot.
Yeah.
How comes you left it?
Well, I mean, that's the same thing for them. It's pretty much who has the biggest balls in that moment, because we know that both teams don't really play Mirage or barely went through it or whatever. So it is a thing, you know, within the French scene that you have to take any kind of edge you can take against your opponents. And that's something we did at that time. They did it against us in the past for online qualifiers, for instance. So yeah, I mean, it's just you know, being ballsy and just see if they pick it, then we're gonna play it, and then we'll see what happens. But we know that they have no experience, just like we do on the map as a team. So it would have been pretty funny, to say the least.
What was the key round that made the turn for you to come back in the game?
I mean, I think the round that secured our win, more or less, I mean, I don't like to say that, but that's when I won the 1-on-2 against RPK and Happy in Banana with the bomb planted. Because that broke their money completely. They had nothing left after that, and it was one force buy, one eco, and then one gun run that we had to win, basically, to close out the game. So I think that was one of the most important ones. The pistol round, obviously, on the T side was bad from our side, but again, we managed to make the pistols work on the second round, and then start off having some economy and then breaking them over and over again. So yeah, those were the two clutch moments, especially on the T side, because our city had a lot of flaws in it, so it's hard to take one specific moment out of it.
If we go back and look to the PDL Krakow, you were struggling in the
correct.
groups and you didn't get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
What have you been changing in practice since then, and what have you been focusing?
Yeah, we're trying to put more roles in a way, or to be more strict with ourselves. So like really trying to go back to the basic and like get those basic very 100% correct in whatever we do, no matter what happens. And so that's basically what we're doing. We also try to swap positions, so I take the B-bomb sites again, and so we can play more with more freedom and let me alone more often, and play that way. So I think those are the main things, so like focusing on the basics, that everyone knows all the smokes and flashes, and then we can create anything in the map. Having basic team play together, and then yeah, just making sure that with our new positions we can complete each other and not just, you know, run around on the server doing whatever we want, but doing it more in a team play focused way.
Which are the best friends team at the moment, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, it's a tough question, because Envy won all the qualifiers, they all made it, they're very good. And we just beat them. So, you know, it's kind of a weird balance. So I mean, I don't know, I think we're quite on the same level. I think we have a higher peak potential, but I think they have more stability right now. And so we have to work on that, but if we work on our stability and can reach higher lows, then most likely I expect our team to be on top. But only results matter for that regard, and we need to perform in tournaments, because it doesn't matter to be the best team in one country if you cannot do anything on your European side, and not win tournaments and do anything is kind of pointless to fight for like a small part of the whole world that is everything you can have. So it's not really our focus right now. Obviously there is a part of pride, but it doesn't really matter. Like we need to win tournaments before fighting against the second French team or arguing about that.
And your thoughts about Rimac Malmö?
It should be a great tournament. I mean, there's nothing bad that I can remember from last year. It was a great tournament overall. So far so good, so hopefully it keeps on going that way.
Any last words for your fans, family?
The family, I mean, they know me, I think, so that should be alright. Yeah, and I mean, thanks for all the viewers that are coming on the website and watching this interview and supporting us for all our games that we have played or are going to play. And thanks G2 for everything as usual, and yeah, see you soon for another interview.
Thank you.